right, so today we're going like deep on this whole tiny farmhouse trend.
Ooh, fun.
Yeah, like how do you make all that cuteness actually functional, right? We found this amazing blog post.
Okay, yeah, I love a good blog
Yeah,
post.
packed with ideas, and we're going to like break it all down for you.
Tiny houses are just so popular
They
now.
really are.
And I get it, they're adorable, but like, how do you actually live in them?
Right, and that's what this blog post is all about.
I'm ready, let's dive in.
So like the first thing that jumped out at me is that like every piece of furniture has to be a multitasker.
Oh, for sure.
Like you can't have anything that only does one thing.
Totally. And it's not just about like cramming stuff in, it's like, how do you make it work for you?
Yeah, and look good while doing it.
Exactly.
So they had this one idea, a dining table,
Okay.
that folds down into wall decor.
Wait, what? I know, right? So when you're not eating.
Boom, it's art.
That's so smart.
Like no more bulky table just taking up space.
Love it.
What else?
Oh, and get this, staircases.
But each step is a drawer.
Genius.
And you could even use reclaimed wood.
Ooh, for the farmhouse vibe.
Exactly. It's like secret storage.
Hidden in plain sight.
I'm obsessed.
And two.
Okay, this is good stuff.
And then for a guest bed,
Ooh, tricky.
they said use an old church pew.
Okay, that's cute.
Right, and you could totally build storage into it.
So charming and practical.
See, this is what I'm talking about. This blog post is gold.
Pure gold.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk kitchen.
Yes, the heart of the home,
Even tiny ones.
for sure. So they were all about open shelving.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
You don't want to feel boxed in.
And they suggested using old barn wood.
Perfect for that farmhouse look.
Right. Plus, you can display all your cute vintage kitchenware.
But open shelving means lots of dusting.
Yeah, true. You'd have to keep it tidy.
Think of it as like curating your kitchen.
Yeah, making it all pretty.
Exactly.
Okay, I can get behind that.
And then for pots and pans.
This is so good. They said hang an old ladder from the ceiling.
Like a pot rack.
Yep. So simple,
Yeah.
but so effective. And it frees up cabinet space.
Plus, it looks cool.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're
Yeah.
crushing this tiny farmhouse thing.
Right. It's all about thinking differently.
And UP, apparently, with that ceiling ladder.
Exactly. Now let's move on to living rooms and bedrooms.
Okay, yes, I want to hear all about cozying up in a tiny house.
Oh, they had some ideas. All
Okay,
right.
so for the bedroom, they suggested a Murphy bed.
A Murphy bed
Yeah.
in a tiny house.
But get this, it folds up into a bookcase.
No way!
Way! Like during the day, it's a bookcase?
That's insane.
Great.
I'm picturing it now. So clever.
For so much space.
It's like a secret room.
I know. Okay, and for more storage,
Hit me.
window seats.
Ooh, with built-in storage underneath.
Exactly. Tozy AD practical.
I'm telling you, every inch of these houses is storage.
It has to be.
Okay, what about bathrooms? Those are always tiny.
Right, so they said repurpose an old dresser,
You too.
a bathroom vanity.
Wait, I love that.
Right, you get storage in that farmhouse look.
But wouldn't that be hard to, like, plumb?
You need to do some adjustments, but it's doable.
Okay, good to know.
For a simpler hack, they said a vintage ladder
Over the toilet.
as a towel rack.
Cute.
And speaking of cute, how do you even work in a tiny house?
Oh, they had some good workspace ideas.
Like what?
A fold-down desk that's also a chalkboard.
Multifunctional, I like it.
And for a more permanent option,
Okay.
a floating corner desk.
Ooh, with like reclaimed wood and iron bracket.
Exactly. It's all coming together.
I know. All right, last but not least, storage and closets.
Because things can get messy quickly in a small space.
For sure. So they had this cool DIY closet system.
Okay, tell me more.
It was made with pipes and reclaimed wood.
Ooh, industrial farmhouse vibes.
Yes, and it was open.
You mean no doors?
Yep, so everything is on display.
That would require some serious organization skills.
It would, but it also forces you to simplify.
Okay, true. You wouldn't want a ton of stuff.
Exactly, and then to maximize hanging space.
What do they say?
S-hooks.
The classic S-hook.
They're a staple for a reason,
They just work.
and they're cheap.
True. Okay, so we've got transforming furniture, hidden storage DIY projects.
It's all about being clever and making the most of your space.
And I'm feeling inspired.
Me too.
Yeah.
Even though I don't live in a tiny house.
Right, like some of these hacks could work anywhere.
Exactly. It's all about being resourceful.
So what else did this blog post say about tiny farmhouse living?
Well, one thing that stood out was the importance of flow and openness.
Even in a small space.
Yeah, like using light colors and maximizing natural light.
Makes sense. You don't want it to feel cramped.
And they said choose furniture with legs.
To keep things feeling airy.
Exactly. It's all about creating an illusion of space.
which is perfect for that farmhouse aesthetic.
with the white walls and shiplap and all that.
Right. It's like they were made for each other.
Tiny living and farmhouse charm.
The perfect pair.
Totally. And that brings us to another important point,
Which is,
creating a sense of peace and tranquility.
ooh, that's something we all need.
Right. Even if you don't live in a tiny house.
But how do you do that in a small space?
They talked about natural light and incorporating nature.
Like plants.
Yes. Potted plants, fresh flowers, natural textures.
It's like bringing the outdoors in.
Exactly.
I love that. But wouldn't too many plants be clutter?
It's about being intentional. Choose a few key pieces.
Not overwhelming the room.
Right. And they also talked about creating cozy nooks.
Little spots to escape.
Yeah. Like a reading corner or a window seat.
Ooh, I love a good window seat.
Me too. Even a spot on the porch could work.
Just a place to relax and recharge.
Exactly. It's about being mindful with your space.
And creating those mental boundaries.
Between the busyness of life and the peace of your home.
This whole conversation is reminding me that less is more.
I agree. It's about focusing on what's important.
And creating a home that reflects you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whether you're in a tiny house or a mansion.
So true. Okay, we've covered a lot of ground.
Furniture storage, peace and quiet.
What are some other takeaways for our listeners?
I think the biggest one is thinking vertically.
Using those walls and ceilings.
Yes. We often forget about that space.
It's like a whole other world up there.
I know, right? So much potential.
Okay, what else do they emphasize?
Oh, repurposing.
Yeah, using old stuff in new ways.
Especially vintage pieces.
Gives it that farmhouse charm.
And it's sustainable.
Plus, it's cheaper than buying new.
Exactly. It's like giving those old pieces a second life.
And keeps them out of landfills.
Right. It's win-win.
I also loved what they said about natural light.
Oh, yeah. Bring in those plants.
It makes such a difference.
Totally fresh flowers, too.
It just brightens up the whole space.
And connects you to nature.
Even when you're inside.
Exactly. It's so important.
So we've covered a lot.
We have multifunctional furniture,
Clever storage.
peace and tranquility.
What's the big takeaway for our listeners
They embrace the challenge.
of tiny farmhouse living?
Yeah. Or just the design philosophy.
Even if you don't live in a tiny house.
Exactly. It's about being creative,
And resourceful.
making the most of what you have.
Beautifully said.
So to our listeners, we hope you feel inspired,
To create a space that's truly your own.
whether it's tiny or not.
Because these principles apply anywhere.
Multifunctionality
Creative storage.
and embracing simplicity
All about finding what works for you.
and making your home a reflection of you.
So, until next time,
Happy designing.
and happy tiny farmhouse dreaming.